we'll start with talking about what is Stridhan. Word Stridhan is made from two words Stri and Dhan. Stri means woman and Dhan means property. So we can conclude that Stridhan means woman owned property. It includes all type of movable and immovable properties. For example, movable properties like gold, cash, etc. and immovable properties like land, house, etc. In Mitakshara school, gift received by a woman is considered her Stridhan, while in the Dayabhaga school, all property over which woman has power of giving, selling or using independently is considered her Stridhan. Likewise, these two schools differentiated the Stridhan concepts. Now, let's talk about Hindu Succession Act of 1956, Section 14, which brought about a major change and laid down a concrete provision. Section 14 of Hindu Succession Act 1956 says a female Hindu's property is her absolute property. The term absolute here implies that any property which she earned, inherited, got as a gift or as maintenance either before or after of the commencement of this act will be only hers. Now, a worth referring case is here is a case law Rajamma versus Varda Rajalu Chetty. So now I'm leaving it upon you to go and read about this case law. Now we talk about when it is Stridhan. The property is said to be Stridhan when following are true. 1. The female has absolute power of disposal of the property, and 2. The property is delegated to her heirs upon her death. Now we talk about the Stridhan depends upon three factors. 1. The source. Property pre-owned by her, property given by her father, property given by her husband, or property given by her any relatives. 2. The status of woman when property was acquired. She was a spinster, she was a married woman, or she was a widow. 3. School she belongs to, Mitakshara or Dayabhaga, because both the schools have some variations. Now further, we discuss the sources of Stridhan in detail. There are 5 categories of sources. Now let's talk about one by one. First, gift from relatives. Under both the schools there are some variations. So for Mitakshara school, property bestowed upon an unmarried woman, married woman or widow by her parents, husband or relatives. Gifts received during marriage, before nuptial fire, bridal procession, paying respect at elders' feet or gift of affection from husband's parents. While for Dayabhaga, all the above except the husband's gift of immovable property. The second category is gift from stranger when given to a female during her maidenhood, at the nuptial fire and during bridal procession or during widowhood. Now, the third category is inherited property. Inherited property, what properties are considered under this category? A property a woman may inherit from both a male and female relatives, property from both a male and female to female is not her absolute property. Under the Bombay School of Mitakshara also takes in consideration Gotra of the female. So now there's the fourth category is share on portion. According to the section 14 of Hindu Succession Act 1956, any property acquired via portion by a Hindu woman after the commencement of the act will be considered as her absolute property. and any property which she received it before the commencement of this act will also be her absolute property if she continues to be in possess of such property during the commencement of this act. There is a two good case law, and I insist you to go in detail about these case laws. One, Krishnamma versus Kumar Krishnan. Second, Devi Mangal Prasad Singh versus Mahadev Prasad Singh. And now the last category is other properties. Other properties consist movable or immovable properties given to Hindu women other than maintenance, acquisition of property through art or her own earning during her maidenhood or widowhood. Self-acquired property of married women is also considered as a Stridhan under Bombay, Banaras and Madras school, but not under the Mithila school, and property obtained by adverse possession. So let's talk about what are the kinds of Stridhan. There are 10 kinds of gift which is listed here. First, Adhyagini, gifts before nuptial fire. Adhya Vahanika, gifts to bride during bridal procession. Preeti Datta, gifts from husband's parents given out of affection. Bhartri Datta, gifts or bequests from husband. Padavandanika, gifts given by elders after touching their feet. Avandehika, gifts after marriage or obtained from husband's or father's relative. Adhivedanika, gifts of separation. Gift of separation means gift given to a woman for marriage of her husband to another woman. Shulk, gratuity money or special gift or price paid for household goods, jewelry, etc. Bandhu Datta, gifts from parents' relatives. And the last one, Vritti, money from maintenance and all assets acquired through it. Let's talk about the rights of women upon Stridhan during her various status of life. Various statuses we talk about here are maidenhood, coverture, widowhood and marriagehood. Let's talk about them one by one. So, first, during maidenhood, a Hindu female can dispose of her Stridhan of every description at her pleasure, which means she has absolute right on her Stridhan. During coverture, which means during the lifetime of her husband, a Hindu female can dispose of gifts from relative except those made by husband. During widowhood, a Hindu female can dispose of movable property given by her husband but not immovable property given by the husband, which means absolute and limited rights. And during marriagehood, there are two types of properties considered as Saudaika and non-Saudaika. Upon the Saudaika property, which is given by the gift with affection, women have absolute right to dispose of. But non-Saudaika properties, she has limited right, which means husband has a right over her property. She can only use that property, but she has no right to dispose of. Let's have a glimpse of succession aspect of it. From the succession point of view, there are three heads. First, marital status unmarried. Second, mitakshara. And third, form of marriage. Here, everything is written in detail. I request you to go through it as a reference chart. Thank you for watching my presentation. Thank you.